Alright, Shalom. We are the Hebrew Israelites. We come week in, week out, and prophesy the downfall of this wicked society and the upliftment of Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans, West Indians, and Haitians who are the children of Israel. Alright, we're going to start off by giving all praise, honor, and glory to Yahawah, Ba'ashem, Yahawashi, Ba'ashem, Rakah Kodash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone, who are the elders of Yasharallah, and a sincere salutation to all you Akim who are preaching this word and believing this word in all truth and in sincerity. All right, let's get 1 Corinthians 1 and 26. Because the Lord is using the despised, the small things of this world to confound the mighty, to confound the wise, the wisdom of this world, man. The Lord is using the people that the world hate to bring out His truth, man. The world that everybody tries to subjugate, the Lord is using them to reveal who He really chose, man. The ones that are downtrodden, the Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, man. The butt of everybody's jokes, the proverbs and bywords of the world. The Lord is raising us up, man, and we're standing on every corner across the globe to tell the truth of Yahawah, Ba'ashem, Yahawashi, and the prophecies and judgments to come, man. You got it, right?
1 Corinthians chapter 1, starting at verse 25. Because the foolishness of the Most High is wiser than men.
Right.
The weakness of the Most High is stronger than men.
Right.
Verse 26. For ye see your calling, brethren, how that not many wise men after the flesh, not many mighty, not many noble are called. Verse 27. But the Most High have chosen the foolish things of the world to confound the wise. And
the foolishness is the foolishness of preaching, man. To confound the wise. You got people in Cambridge, you got people who spend 10 years in these collegiate institutions and don't know a damn thing about what's really going on in the world, man. Me and the brother Malcolm brought out a beautiful video where the lady basically brought out how you got all of these Harvard PhD graduates that go and work for the government and they still can't fix the budget, man. Show you that the Lord used the wisdom of this world to make a fool and make mockery of this world, man. You got it, huh?
I'll read verse 27 from the top. But the Most High have chosen the foolish things of this world, to confound the wise. And the Most High have chosen the weak things of the world to confound the things which are mighty.
Yeah, so the Lord is using Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans to force these Christians to actually read their Bible, man. And they still come back with no answers, man. Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans standing on highways and hedges, forcing them to actually go in their scriptures, man, and prove their doctrine, man. Because we come out week in and week out and link prophecy, man. The Lord, the testimony of Yahawashi, the one they ignorantly call Jesus, is the spirit of what? Of prophecy, man. And if you can't break down prophecy, you're not a follower of Yahawashi, man. You got it.
Verse 28, it says, and the base things of the world and things which are despised.
Right.
And that base thing of the world is talking about Esau, man. And the things that are despised.
And who's despised?
Right.
These Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, man. The butt of everybody's joke, man. And now the Lord is starting to raise them up to stand on their feet and take things serious, man. Everybody comfortable when you Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans is walking around dancing, playing basketball, rapping, or laughing. When you start putting on a serious face and having a standard, that's a problem to these people, man. You got it, right?
This is a precept to what he just said about the base things of the world. This is Job chapter 30 and verse 8. They were children of fools, yeah, children of base men. They were viler than the earth.
And the Lord has put the exact opposite of Jacob in rulership, which is Esau, man. The exact polar opposite. Where our people are compassionate, Esau's unmerciful, man. Where there's some sort of righteousness in our people in their natural state, Esau's completely opposite of righteousness, man. And the state of the earth bears witness to his rulership and his own nature, man. This is not about color, man. It's about your spirit and your works on the earth. And a judgment that's been proclaimed, whether you're ready to receive it or not, man. Ready or not, here the Lord come, man. You got it.
This is Obadiah, verse 2. Behold, I have made thee small among the heathen. Thou art greatly despised.
And that small is twofold, man. Small as in these other nations that are looked at as weak are starting to talk shit about America and these other nations that are run by so-called white people, man. Starting to call out the wickedness that's being done across the planet Earth. And they're starting to get to what? The source of the problem. And on the second fold, they're literally being made small amongst the heathen, man. They're dying more than they're being born, man. Those are statistical facts. And the Lord said that he was going to make them small among the heathen, man. If you're not breaking down the prophecies of the Lord, you're not a follower of YAHAWASHI, man. That's the spirit of prophecy, man. The Lord's name and the Lord, the one they ignorantly call Jesus, go hand in hand with prophecy, man. And the Lord's real, true prophets are being put on the planet Earth to break down all these lies, man. You got 2 billion Christians and there's no righteousness in the planet Earth, man.
I got a precept for you. It's in Psalms chapter 82, start at verse 1. Yahweh standeth in the congregation of the mighty. He judgeth among the gods. How long will you judge unjustly and accept the persons of the wicked? Salah. Defend the poor and the fatherless. Do justice to the afflicted and the needy. Deliver the poor and needy. Rid them out of the hand of the wicked. Verse 5. They know not, neither will they understand. They walk on in darkness. All the foundations of the earth are out of course.
And all the foundations are out of course because the wrong nation of people are in management, man, are in rulership. The Lord said the earth was given into the hand of the wicked, man. You can't just skip to the New Testament and just say everything in the Old is done. The Lord requires that which is past, man. The Lord has prophecies that have not come to pass, man. And in the Old Testament, the Lord has revealed who the son of perdition would be if you can link them up, if you can receive it, I should say. You got it,
Jesus said, I am the way, the truth, the life. No man cometh unto the Father.
That corny rock people to sleep, all love doctrine is being torn down, man. And as many Christians as there is on the planet, those numbers are starting to dwindle because the reality of the falsehood and the contradictions of Christianity are being made manifest by Negroes on the corner. Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans on the corner with Bibles in their hands, actually reading it, actually bringing out the precepts, actually going through prophecy and breaking it down. Not just sitting out here and saying whatever comes off the top, bringing it out precept upon precept, line upon line, man. Y'all got one.
This is Psalms chapter 50, verse 5. Gather my saints together unto me,
Right.
those that have made a covenant with me by sacrifice.
And that was the nation of Yasharallah, man. When you read the scriptures, you cannot get around the fact that the Lord chose the nation of Israel and he has a specific covenant that he's mentioned in Hebrews for that nation of people, man. Not a spiritual Israel, as in many nations can become Israelites through faith, but as a nation of people, the remnant are going to be the spiritual ones that the Lord chooses out of that nation, man. That's the covenant. You have T.D. Jakes going in front of his crowd and his congregation talking about the Lord is a God of covenants. He is. But who are those covenants for? Who was given a covenant to sin in the first place?
This is,
hold up.
Verse 16, but unto the wicked, Yahweh saith, what hast thou to do to declare my statute, or that thou shouldst take my covenant in thy mouth? See if thou hatest instruction,
Right.
and care for my words behind thee.
And they hate instruction now, man. Because the modern doctrine of Christianity says what? That you don't have to keep the laws, you just got to believe in the Lord, man. The laws are done away with. That's folly, man. That's madness, man. And that shows you that they cast instruction behind them. That means that everything that all the righteousness that the Lord put in the laws is cast behind them. Because they believe that the Lord got on the cross so they could eat pork and shrimp. Some folly like that. The Lord bled and was scourged and hung on that cross so they could do whatever they wanted to do, man.
I got a point.
Go ahead.
I just want to bring this precept out.
Beautiful.
Right? What I just read.
Bouncing.
And this is just one way that they have cast the Lord's instruction behind them. This is James chapter 5, verse 12. But above all things, my brethren, swear not, neither by heaven, neither by the earth, neither by any other oath, but let your yea be yea and your nay be nay, lest you fall into condemnation. Now, when you go to court, it just said, don't swear. But what they do, they make you swearing on the Bible when you go to court, man. So that's them casting their lower words behind them.
Then they make you swear on the Bible, but then they judge you out of a penal code, man. They don't judge you. They make you swear on the King James Bible and then judge you out of a penal code, man. That's of their own will, man. You know? But going back to what you was talking about, the prophets, man. This is Daniel chapter 12, starting at verse 3. And they that be wise shall shine as the brightness of the firmament.
Right.
And they that turn many to righteousness, and as the stars forever and ever. Verse 4, but thou, O Daniel, shut up the words, and seal the book, even to the time of the end. Many shall run to and fro, and knowledge shall be increased.
And now you have brothers on the highways and hedges letting their light shine, man. Letting it shine forth before men, man. Because the majority of these people are covered in darkness and ignorance, man. And that's just the reality, man. Including the 2 billion Christians, man, that pick up this book and carry the false doctrine that has been that came up through the reigns of Constantine, man. Those who carry that banner have been deceived, man. And those who push it forth deceive the people, man. But the Lord said what? The deceived and the deceiver are his, man.
Like I say this, going into what you were saying about prophecy, man. Hey, during that time when the book was sealed, you had the prophets of old that prophesied many things, man. But guess what? We in the time where the prophecies are being broken down, man. So if you're not out here speaking the words of prophecy, you ain't speaking the words of this book, man. Hey, the scriptures tell you in Revelation 19 that the spirit of prophecy is the spirit of YAHAWASHI, man. So you come out here preaching your own vain opinions and your own doctrine, and you're not preaching prophecy, man. And we in the last days where the knowledge is being increased, man. You know?
And it's not a court. No, you bring your precept out. No, go ahead.
This is Exodus chapter 19, verse 5. Now therefore, if ye will obey my voice indeed, and keep my covenant, then ye shall be a peculiar treasure unto me above all people, for all the earth is mine. And ye shall be unto me a kingdom of priests and an holy nation. These are the words which thou shalt speak unto the children of Israel.
Now when they hear that, they close the book and say, see, but the Israelites didn't keep the whole law. But what did the Lord do? The Lord created an avenue for his people to receive the covenant through YAHAWASHI, man. Through the new covenant, the blood that was shed for the New Testament or new covenant. In Hebrews, that new covenant is revealed, man, and it don't include all nations. People like to hearken on Abraham, but Abraham was not the father of all nations on the planet Earth, man. Abraham was not the father of the Philistines or any of the sons of Ham. Abraham wasn't the father of the Moabites or the Ammonites. That was his nephew. There are many nations that Abraham wasn't the father of, man.
If that's the case, how come the Apostle Paul didn't go to the Hamites? Where's his epistles to Ham?
Or Ammon, or Moab.
Or Moab. If the one they called Jesus Christ died for all people, how come the Apostle Paul didn't go to Ham or Moab? He only went to the Jews and the Greeks. It's because you know what? You don't have understanding of who the Greeks were and who the Gentiles in the New Testament were. You know, where's the epistles to Ham, man? The Philistines, the Egyptians, the Cushites, the Jebusites, Moab, the Ammonites. Where's the epistles to them at? If all people can be saved.
You got it.
This is Romans 11, verse 1. I say then, hath Yahweh cast away his people? Yahweh forbid. For I also am an Israelite, of the seed of Abraham, of the tribe of Benjamin.
And no matter what these devils try to do, man, you can't take that away from the nation of Yasharallah, man. At the end of the day, the Lord gave a covenant to Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. And he said he would not cast them off. And the Lord has not cast off his people in whom he foreknew, man.
Hey, can you read that from the top again?
This is Romans chapter 11, verse 1. I say then, hath Yahweh cast away his people? Yahweh forbid.
Right.
For I also am an Israelite,
The Apostle Paul said, I also am an Israelite, showing that he's talking to Israelites in Rome, man. If I got a red hat on and you don't have a red hat on, and I say I also have a red hat on, that statement ain't gonna make no sense.
It says, for I also am an Israelite of the seed of Abraham, of the tribe of Benjamin.
That sentence would only make sense if he was talking to Israelites, because the apostle said, I am also an Israelite.
Right, right.
You know?
Right.
You know? Go ahead, I'll keep going.
Verse 2, Yahawah hath not cast away his people which he foreknew. What ye not what the scripture of Elias, how he maketh intercession to Yahawah against Israel, saying, Lord, they have killed thy prophets and dig down thine altars.
And that's what they're doing now. Through the Spirit, they're trying to tear down the altars, man. Every camp you see is a form of an altar, man. It's a spiritual altar. And we make sacrifices through the word, man. It said present yourself as a living sacrifice. And everywhere you go, they try to tear down these altars, man. The Lord has put these so-called Christians out here to make it manifest, man. To make certain prophecies manifest, man. That this may be a thorn in our side and a witness unto YAHAWASHI, man. That these guys must needs be destroyed, man. That this doctrine must needs be destroyed. Likewise, it's also a stumbling block, man. It's supposed to take 2/3 of our people away into perdition, man. But the Lord is setting up prophets now to break down these strongholds, man. To tell you the true nature of YAHAWASHI, man. That the Lord ain't having people burn in hell forever, man. And that regardless of what people think, the Lord chose Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. No matter how many times you call them niggas or spics. It don't change the fact that the Lord made them princes and princesses under his authority, under his election, man. You got it.
This is Psalms 82 and 5. They know not, neither will they understand. They walk on in darkness, all the foundation of the earth are out of course.
Exactly, man. And Christianity just takes them further on in the darkness, man.
I got to push up. Okay.
You got it.
Just going into, are you saying the Most High, the prophets, the Most High shows the lowly. This is 1 Corinthians 4:9.
Right.
For I think that Yahawah has set forth us the apostles last, as it were appointed to death.
Right.
For we are made a spectacle unto the world, and to angels, and to men.
Yeah, so we made a spectacle, man. People walk around and they see Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans with Bibles in their hands speaking righteousness, man. That's a spectacle to these people, man, and to the angels, man. The ones that encampeth around us, man. All of this is made a spectacle. But it's made so that as they mock us in the last days, they'll be mocked. So that when they see this and scoff, they'll be marked. As we're getting a mark or exemption from judgment, they're getting a mark of condemnation and judgment, man.
If I can say this too, that's why the Lord said, he shall laugh at you in the day of your calamity. You know?
Say they killeth the prophets, man. They mock the prophets, man. As in the days of old, so shall it be in these days, man. As in the days of Noah, man. What are they doing? Eating and drinking, marrying.
This Psalm chapter 2 verse 4. He that sitteth in the heavens shall laugh. The Lord Yahawah shall have them in derision.
Exactly, man. So regardless of what these people think, man, the Lord is about to play this whole movie out, man. Everybody, all these nations are gearing up for World War III, and these American peons are walking up and down the street like everything is gravy, man. Like everything is peaches and cream. Like neighborhood Walmart gonna be open forever, man. Like America's gonna exist and just continue to go on forever. It's not. Your honeymoon with death is over, man.
I got a quick precept for you. It's Proverbs 19 and 29. Judgments are prepared for scorners,
Right.
and stripes for the back of fools.
And that's what the Lord is preparing, man. Famine, pestilence, war, martial law troops, disease. All of these things are a preparation or stripes.
Yeah, kind of. Luke 21 tells you that they're going to be perplexed with the things coming on earth, man.
Yeah, some people ain't even going. Some people back ain't even gonna get beat. Some of these old Edomites, they just gonna give out, man. They gonna see the Lord coming, and their heart just gonna give up the ghost, man.
Yeah.
Bring it out.
This Isaiah chapter 24 verse 10. The city of confusion is broken down. Verse 11, there is a cry for wine in the streets. All joy is darkened. The mirth of the land is gone. And the city is left desolation, and the gate is smitten with destruction.
All this stuff that's going on right now, all this folly, all these distractions that's going on, the Lord is putting a time limit on that, man. It's gonna come a time where they ain't gonna have no distractions to get away from their reality, man. They're gonna have to face their judgment, and they're gonna have to face all of the things that they've stored up in this place being crumbled before their eyes, man. The Lord said in 1 hour this whole place is gonna be destroyed. America, shalom, shalom. America fought 200 plus years for this kingdom, and it's gonna be destroyed in 1 hour, man. It shows you the power of the Lord, man, and the patience and long suffering of YAHAWASHI, man. You got it.
Isaiah 19 verse 14. The Lord Yahweh hath meted a perverse spirit in the midst thereof.
Right.
And they have caused Egypt to err in every work thereof, as a drunken man staggered in his vomit.
Yeah, man, and Esau getting to the point where he's just sloppy, man. Esau's passing homosexuality, but won't let Jake have more than one woman, man. You can have sex with a dog before you can have more than one woman. What kind of society is that, man? But it says, as the ruler is, so is the people, man. The Lord is making witness that the so-called white man don't belong in rulership, period, man. It ain't even no, if you take the scriptures and the spiritual part out of the equation and just look at the earth from a 2/3 perspective, you can't get around Esau being a problem. It's impossible. At this point, the Lord is making it known, even the people who are not in the knowledge, who the son of perdition is.
It's Revelation chapter 18 and verse 4. I'll start at 3. For all the nations have drunk of the wine of her wrath, of her fornication, and the kings of the earth have committed fornication with her, and the merchants of the earth are waxed rich through the abundance of her delicacies. And I heard another voice from heaven say, come out upon my people, that ye be not partakers of her sins, that ye receive not of her plagues.
And that's, you got it, go ahead, brother.
I was just going to say, you was going into those plagues, man. Go ahead,
yeah, because the Lord is bringing out the remnant, man. And the remnant is starting to stand out on the highways and hedges and boldly proclaim their heritage, man. That's been lost for centuries, man. Here it is, we've accepted a culture that was given to us by people that put us in chains, man. And our people just walk like it's cool, man. They don't want no justice. At this point, it ain't even called revenge, it's justice, man. They'll tell you to remember the Holocaust, they'll tell you to remember 9/11, but they'll tell you Negroes to forget about slavery, man. That it wasn't me. You got it.
Verse 5. For her sins have reached unto heaven, and the Most High hath remembered her iniquities.
Right.
Verse 6. Reward her even as she rewarded you, and double unto her, Salakia, double unto her, double according to her works. In the cup which she hath filled to her double.
See, that's what they think of you Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. When they see Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, they just assume that we just some dancing, shucking, and jiving Negroes, man. But the Lord is going to make it manifest when he put judgment on this place, man. They want you to do everything except stand up for yourself and have a standard, man. You can do everything else in the world. You have one?
I got you. This is 2nd Ezra chapter 16, verse 1. Woe be unto thee, Babylon and Asia. Woe be unto thee, Egypt and Syria. Gird up yourselves with cloths of sack and hair. Bewail your children and be sorry, for your destruction is at hand.
Right.
A sword is sent upon you, and who may turn it back?
Yeah, so the Lord is preparing death for this nation, man. The Lord is preparing death for the nation of Edom. He's preparing death for all of Edom's allies, man. And nobody's going to turn that back, man. Because the sins of this place has reached the heavens, man. You got it.
Verse 14. Behold, the plagues are sent and shall not return again until they come upon the earth. The fire is kindled and shall not be put out till it consume the foundation of the earth. Like an arrow which is shot of a mighty archer returneth not backward, even so the plagues that shall be sent upon the earth shall not return again. Woe is me, who will deliver me in those days?
And the reason Edris said that is because the righteous shall scarcely be saved, man. The righteous shall scarcely be saved, but the Lord is preparing all of this death and destruction for the scorners, for the evildoers, for the mockers, all the people that have stood against YAHAWASHI when they had liberty to stand in his righteousness are going to be cast down and must know it through death by pain, man. And that's chiefly 2/3 of our own nation, man, who reject their own salvation, man. They reject their own salvation, their own heritage, man. They put down being princes and kings and priests to be niggas in America, man. You got it.
Back in Revelation 18 and verse 7, how much she hath glorified herself and lived deliciously, so much torment and sorrow give her. For she said in her heart, I sit a queen and am no widow, and shall see no sorrow. That's pride, man. Verse 8, therefore shall her plagues come in one day,
Right.
death and mourning and famine, and she shall be utterly burnt with fire.
Right.
For strong is the Lord power who judgeth her. And the king, verse 9, and the kings of the earth who have committed fornication and lived deliciously with her,
Right,
shall bewail her and lament for her when they shall see the smoke of her burning, man.
Because
they ain't gonna make no, it's like they ain't gonna be making no more money, man. You know that fornication, that's that trade in goods and resources and all of that, man. Hey, when America gets blown off the map, what happens now, man? There's no more Jake to exploit, man, because this is where Jake is at, man. You know, Jake is the #1 spending force in this country,
right,
which allows all these nations to come in here and get a quick buck, man. You know, that's another reason why Yasha Allah is looked at as a whore. You know.
This is Ezekiel chapter 26, verse 16. Then all the princes of the sea shall come down from their thrones and lay away their robes and put off their broidered garments. They shall clothe themselves with trembling. They shall sit upon the ground and shall tremble at every moment and be astonished at thee.
Yeah, because this place is going to be done. The Lord is going to make this place another memorial, man. Just like Sodom and Gomorrah was a memorial of what happens when you commit wickedness, this place is going to burn for a very long time, man. And nations are going to sit afar off and pay and witness it, man. They're going to witness the destruction of this place.
Yeah, verse 17. And they shall take up a lamentation for thee and say to thee, how art thou destroyed that was inhabited of seafaring men? The renowned city, which was strong in the sea, she and her inhabitants, which caused their terror to be on all they haunted. Now shall the isles tremble in the day of thy fall, yea, the isles that are in the sea shall be troubled at thy departure.
Yeah, because these nations are going to see the fall of America, and they're going to fall with, and they're going to tremble with fear, man. When the Lord actually plays this judgment out, the golden city, as it is written, when it all plays out, the Lord is going to make this place a witness. This whole world is going to watch this place burn, and then the judgment is going to befall them, man. That's going to be part of that trembling, knowing that you're next, man. Knowing that you committed fornication with this place, man. And that's why Esau sits proudly, man. Because the so-called white man have been able to build all of this and commit all of this genocide and not get away with it, man. Now he can walk around in sandals and khakis and polos and just chill like everything's all good. Go to Starbucks, get him a cold coffee, get some hot Cheetos, play PlayStation 4 all night. But the Lord is going to remember the past and bring it upon your own head, man. While they chilling on Saturdays, having a good time in downtown Orlando, man, destruction is going to meet them as they come in, man. You got one?
Yeah.
Read? Join? You can read.
That's what it's for.
Why, you got a question?
Well, I'm Jewish.
Oh, well,
So
Jewish.
where the Jews are.
Jewish.
You're looking at the real Jews right here.
Well, okay.
That's what
But you know that, though.
you know. What tribe are you from? What tribe are you from?
Levi.
So how are you Jewish if you come from Levi?
What was that? I don't know what that means.
The word Jew comes from Judah.
Well, I guess I'm Judah then.
But you should know that though.
Yes.
You just said you Levi. Was it Levi?
Yes.
They say Levi?
Yeah, Levi.
Where's the other 10
Well, I
tribes?
got two parents, you know, one's from one, one's from the other.
Yeah, but you know the seed line is by the father,
Right.
in the numbers.
That's in the Tanakh.
In the Tanakh, or the Torah,
Right.
when you read the book of Numbers, it tells you that your family goes after the seed line of the father, not the mother. The reason why Jewish people in Judaism go after the mother's lineage, matrilineally, is because you guys come from the Herodians,
Right.
which had the Jews oppressed during the time of Rome, when the Lord was on the scene. The Herodians tried to marry into the Jews.
Right.
That's why you guys came up with that over time. It became a tradition for y'all to go by the seed. Well, not, I don't want to say seed because the woman doesn't carry seed, but you have a matrilineal lineage.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you're
That's a
not
false
actually
doctrine.
the real Jews.
You're not.
You're not.
So tell me what.
You converted.
So tell me all this.
But to tell you all of this, you got a specific question.
Revelation 3:9.
He got a precept for you right here.
Yeah, scripts.
I got a quick one right quick to back you up.
You wanna go?
You got it? Yeah. Bring out this.
Hold on, I got a quick one for you. This is Numbers chapter 1, verse 32. Of the children of Joseph, namely of the children of Ephraim, by their generations, after their families, by the house of their fathers, according to the number of their names, from 20 years old and upward, all that were able to go forth to war.
So
Go ahead.
So your lineage is determined by the father. The matrilineal lineage doctrine is false.
Then I'm Levi.
Bring that up.
And this is Revelation.
Like Levi's. This is the jeans.
Yeah, these right here.
All right, this is Revelation chapter 3, verse 9. Behold, I will make them of the synagogue of Satan, which say they are Jews and are not, but do lie. Behold, I will make them come and worship before thy feet, and to know that I have loved thee.
Yeah, so you and your people are guilty of identity theft, man. Yeah, y'all that lineage, the
Well, I
scriptures.
appreciate you guys reading the Bible.
Let me
That's all I
ask you
can
a
say.
question though.
I like that.
You like it?
This is Deuteronomy
I love
chapter 28.
anybody who's reading out the Torah out in person. That's great.
Yeah, I'm gonna read
But
the
do you acknowledge what we're saying?
I wasn't there. I don't know.
This is Deuteronomy.
Okay, that's fair.
That's fair enough.
This is Deuteronomy chapter 28 and verse, as a matter of fact, I'll read verse 15. This is the Moses speaking to the children of Israel. Where they had two choices: follow the laws, receive these blessings. Don't follow the laws and receive these curses, right? This is Deuteronomy chapter 28 and verse 15. But it shall come to pass, if thou wilt not hearken unto the voice of the Lord thy God, to observe to do all his commandments and the statutes which I command thee this day, that all these curses shall come upon thee and overtake thee, right? 48. Now this is one, all right, verse 48, this is one of the curses. Therefore thou shalt serve thine enemies, which the Lord shall send against thee in hunger. Hey, somebody hold Joel 3, start at the top. Thirst and nakedness and in want of all things. He shall put a yoke of iron around upon thy neck until he have destroyed thee. That's the yoke of iron. I'm just go to the 68. This is verse 68.
We're talking about that yoke.
Yeah, verse 46. Deuteronomy chapter 28, verse 46. And they shall be upon thee for a sign and a wonder, and upon thy seed forever. And what that's talking about is, according to these curses, is how you're going to know who the children of Israel are in these last days. For this reason, they lost their identity. The real Israelites lost their identity. It tells you in the book of Jeremiah. Not only did they lose their identity, everybody else's identities were changed and flopped around. Okay? But the Most High said that these curses will be a sign and a wonder. You know what a sign is, right? And you look on a billboard, that sign says BB&T, so you know that that building is the building for BB&T, right?
So you're saying that the sign that you guys are the real children of Israel is history.
Captivity here in America. That's one of the various
And the curses.
All the curses.
Who is Israel? Who is there?
Israel, Joseph.
No.
That's why I say that's why I wasn't even
Joseph
going
was
to
the
go
son.
all the way, because I kind of already peeked. But this is verse 68, right?
Jacob, yeah.
This is verse 68. And the look, guys, the question?
Yeah.
I mean, Israelite 101 or Jewish 101.
Yes.
The Israelites served their first captivity with
Egypt.
Egypt, right? Did they ever go back into Egypt?
According to the story, they go out to Israel.
Right, but that's what I'm saying. So, for the common knowledge, they never went back into the land of Egypt.
So the only thing I know is there's a story about one of the tribes that make their way down to Africa, and I saw on some TV show where there's a tribe in Africa that actually,
the Lemba tribe.
Lemba.
Well, you have the Lemba, you have the Igbo. But they went there because of the besieging in 70 AD. They fled from Roman persecution. The other 10 tribes came to the Americas.
To where?
The Americas.
Okay.
The oldest form of Hebrew in archaeology is found over here.
In New Mexico,
Back Creek Stone. Los Lunas Stone.
Another thing too,
What's it called?
you can look up the Back Creek Stone. That's why the Native Americans were they were doing things like circumcision. But listen to this is one of the curses though, right? This is Deuteronomy chapter 28, verse 68. We just established that Israel never went back into Egypt, right? It says, the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again. Egypt meaning bondage. And the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again with ships. By the whereof I spake unto thee, meaning how I say it's going to happen is how it's going to happen. So the Lord said he was going to bring the Israelites into slavery again with ships. By the whereof I spake unto thee, thou shalt see it no more again. And there ye shall be sold unto your enemies for bondsmen and bondswomen. So when you get to the destination on those ships, you're going to be sold as bondmen and bondwomen, meaning slave men and slave women. So when the so-called African Americans got here, we were put on auctioning blocks and sold to various plantations.
Not only that, but when the conquistadors came over here, they took the tribes that were here over to Spain.
And brought them back to them.
Now my question is to you, did that ever happen to your people?
What's that?
What he just read?
Bondage?
Yeah.
No.
Back to
Slavery on ships.
It's sold as bondmen and bondwomen.
Did that ever happen to your people?
My people. No, my people were wiped out in Europe.
Oh yeah, we don't believe in the Holocaust. He's going to shoot that out.
Your people were wiped out in Europe?
Yes.
So how are there still so-called Jews around today?
Well, my grandparents escaped. Everybody else in the family got killed.
So who are the people in the land of Israel today?
Well, lots of different people.
Hey, I got it right.
I got it right here.
I got it right here. This is
Jews,
Zechariah.
Muslims, Baha'i, everybody's there.
This is Zechariah chapter 9, verse 6. And a bastard shall dwell in Ashdod, and I will cut off the pride of the Philistines.
You know what Ashdod is?
It's a city.
It's a port city.
Where is it a city?
I don't know exactly.
In Israel.
I think it's northeast. I think it's a port city.
Right. So the scriptures tell you that a bastard shall dwell in Ashdod.
Bastard is talking about a fatherless child.
Yes.
Thus saith the Bible.
Exactly. So
I still got you Joel.
yeah, I wanted that Joel 3, but listen to this, man. I love Joel 3 for this reason.
Want to bring that up, right? Joel chapter 3, verse 1. For behold, in those days and in that time,
Last days.
when I shall bring again the captivity of Judah and
So
Jerusalem.
in the last days, the real Jews will be in captivity. But the Jewish people own the banks, the media, so that's against prophecy.
What's the wrong? Wait, say it again?
Go ahead, read it from the top again.
Joel chapter 3, verse 1. For behold, in those days and in that time, when I shall bring again the captivity of Judah and Jerusalem.
And this captivity is talking about the captivity we served here in America. because it's going to go into the transatlantic slave trade again. Go ahead,
I will also gather all nations and will bring them down into the valley of Jehoshaphat and will plead with them there for my people and for my heritage Israel.
Now, this prophecy is happening right now. All the nations have been being gathered around the valley of Jehoshaphat.
Where's Jehoshaphat?
Modern day Iran. Or that Middle Eastern area. What you're reading about right here is World War III in the Bible.
Right.
This is what's happening. Well, hey, if you was really a Jew, you wouldn't have said that.
Right.
Because this is why you wouldn't have said that. Go ahead, keep reading.
I understand.
Hold on, just hold on. Go ahead.
Nobody wants everybody to die like that.
And will plead with them there for my people and for my heritage Israel.
So we know that World War III is our salvation. For Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, the destruction of the so-called white man in these other nations is our salvation. So if you were really a Jew, you wouldn't say you hope not. We pray for this to happen, so we can get out of the captivity that we're in, that the Most High said he brought us in. Go ahead, keep going on that.
And for my heritage Israel, whom they have scattered among the nations and parted my land.
Right, and this is why, if somebody can hold Revelation on 12 and 7,
11.
this is why Trump ordained the sixth branch of the military, the Space Force. Because during World War III, the Most High, the one that they call Jesus Christ, and the angels, that's when they're gonna come back. And they're gonna come back in what you call so-called UFOs. So this whole Space Force thing that was just the sixth branch of the military is no coincidence. They're getting ready for this.
You guys got it all figured out?
I mean, no, we don't have it all figured out. The Most High, this is the word to us. Right, go ahead,
And also in Joel 3 and 2 it says they parted my land.
Right.
That's where you get the Israel and the Palestine division.
Right, exactly. Matter of fact, the scriptures even tell you there will be no peace in the land until the real Jews go back, until the real Israelites go back.
Is there peace in that land?
There's no peace in that land. Matter of fact, in the land of Israel, they have to have something, what's it called, kaput? Where they have to import trees over there because the earth is so destroyed. They have to import trees there. So you telling me those people are the people of the Lord? Matter of fact, they have the biggest gay pride parade there.
In Tel Aviv.
Tel Aviv.
Yep.
And we know what the law says about homosexuals.
We know.
Okay, so everything
No argument there.
So everything about those Jewish people in that land is not prophecy. And matter of fact,
So okay, wait. What's the goal then? What's the goal?
okay, let's finish. We're gonna begin to meet off this bone right here.
Joel chapter 3 and continuing at 3, and they have cast lots for my people and have given a boy for an harlot and sold a girl for wine that they might drink. Yea, and what have ye to do with me, O Tyre and Zidon?
Which is some
So what does that mean?
What does it sound like?
I don't know.
Read that again.
Joel 3 and 3, and they have cast lots for my people and have given a boy for an harlot
Giving a boy for a harlot, a prostitute, yeah,
and sold a girl for wine
sold a girl for wine.
that they might drink.
Did that ever happen to your people?
No.
To cast lots is to bid.
even if the Holocaust, all right, for edification's sake, let's say the Holocaust, you know, and 6 million Jews died in Auschwitz.
It's not just 6 million Jews.
All right, but let me ask you a question. Where's the ships in there? Where was the selling? Hitler was never selling people.
No, it's murdering.
So even, okay, right? So even if we go with that, there's still no ships involved. Nor was Hitler. Now, if I'm in the middle of a war, why would I kill? That's a whole other story. But let's go.
I got a precept for you. This is Romans chapter 8, verse 14. For as many as are led by the Spirit of God, they are the sons of God. For ye have not received the spirit of bondage again to fear, but ye have received the spirit of adoption, whereby cry, Abba, Father. This is the main point, verse 16. The Spirit itself beareth witness with our spirit that we are the children of God.
And this is the Spirit. The Spirit is these words.
Want me to get that for you out?
Yeah, John 6:63. The Spirit is these words. So how does it bear witness with our spirit? Through the signs and the prophecies that happen in this book. That's how we know we are the children of the Most High.
This is John chapter 6, verse 63. It is the Spirit that quickeneth, the flesh profiteth nothing. The words that I speak unto you, they are spirit and they are life.
Right. These words are spirit and life. So our spirit beareth witness with this book. That's how we know that we fit the prophecies that are in this book.
And then most of the Jewish people don't even read the scriptures anymore. They read it out of the Talmud. Matter of fact, I think most of them are even atheists. A lot of them are atheists. They don't even believe in the Most High.
I got to,
you know?
Hosea chapter 1 verse 10. Yet the number of the children of Israel shall be as the sand of the sea, which cannot be measured nor numbered, and it shall come to pass that in the place where it was said unto them, ye are not my people.
Where was it ever said unto you, or in your history, or your family history that you know of, where was it ever told to you people that you were never the Jews?
No one has ever told me.
When in your history, at least that you can recall, has there ever been a time where people came to your people and said, you're not the Jews?
Never.
You've always known that you were Jewish, right? As far as you can go back. You'll read that from the top again.
Hosea chapter 1 verse 10. Yet the number of the children of Yashar'Allah shall be as the sand of the sea, which cannot be measured nor numbered, and it shall come to pass.
When the scripture says it shall come to pass, meaning it will happen, because we know the Most High don't lie.
That in the place where it was said unto them, ye are not my people.
So there was going to become a point in time when Israel was going to get to a place, and Israel was going to be told that you are not those people. When we came over here on cargo slave ships, we were speaking Hebrew, singing songs like Kumbaya. If you go into the registry, all of our names all resemble these names in the Hebrew. YAHAWAH, Banyamyan, Loya, because these were the 3 tribes that came over here on the transatlantic slave trade, because the brother brought it out that the other ones were already here. But we can get into that later. YAHAWAH, Banyamyan, and Loya is the proper ways to say these names in the Hebrew. Over time, what they do, they said that if we got caught reading, they'll pop our eyes out. Then they show your roots where they beat our original names out and said, say your name is Toby. I'm just using that as an example. So that's how they told us that we weren't their people. 400 years of that, eventually, that's why you got a lot of people named Richard's son, John's son, means son of Richard or son of John.
Yes.
Slave names.
Yes.
Go ahead, huh?
I got you.
Oh no, keep going on that Hosea, that's heavy.
Hosea chapter 1.
The other half of 10, huh?
That in the place where it was said unto them, ye are not my people.
So your name is Toby.
There it shall be said unto them, ye are the sons of the living God.
Now you asked earlier what was the goal.
Yes.
What you're seeing right here is that prophecy coming to pass.
Okay.
Because the men of the Lord are waking up and we're remembering who we are. And we're standing on the highways and byways and letting the so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans know that in this place where you were told you're not the sons of the Most High, you are the sons of the Most High. The Most High is revealing that through his prophets. So we can dispensate the word to the ones who were called to get it. That's the goal, to fulfill prophecy.
So what happens next?
Hold on, let me bring this to back you up right quick. This Jeremiah 17:1. The sin of Judah is written with the pen of iron and with the point of a diamond. It is graven upon the table of their heart and upon the horns of your altars. Verse 4, and thou, even thyself, shalt discontinue from thine heritage that I gave thee, and I will cause thee to serve thine enemies in the land which thou knowest not. For ye have kindled a fire in mine anger, which shall burn forever.
Right, so when has the so-called Jewish man in Israel discontinued from his heritage? For as far as back as we know, you guys have always known you were the Jewish people.
Okay, so
which really okay, go ahead.
So the prophecy basically is saying, you're saying that because there was a point in time where you didn't know about your heritage,
right,
and then you
which is still
back to it, that's fulfilling those words.
Not only that, but the curses.
Right.
The curses. Joel chapter 3.
Yeah, but on the flip side of that, you guys don't fulfill.
You don't feel any of the prophecies.
Any of them.
You don't feel that.
Any of them, and that's the Tanakh. That's the Old Testament.
Yeah, we're reading out of the Old Testament.
That's Jeremiah.
So what's your guys? 7 goals. You guys, 7 people here. What are your goals? Why are you out here?
Oh, I just explained it to you. To let the so-called Negroes.
So you guys are spreading the word.
Spreading the word.
Okay.
But not all our people are gonna get it. And another thing, this ain't about color either.
Right.
It's saying, I'm gonna let you know that because Israel is scattered to all 4 corners of the earth, and we mixed our seed with a lot of women.
Yep.
So our children come in all shapes and sizes and colors. And that's why the brother also read Romans 8:16, that the Spirit bear witness with our spirit. You know what I'm saying? Because we ain't just gonna be able to go to you and just say, oh, you're not a Jew, or you're not an Israelite, or you're this or that. We gotta try you by this word.
Okay.
And if you resonate with this word, you know?
Jeremiah 12:9. My heritage is unto me as a speckled bird.
Right. Speckled bird, many spots. You know what I'm saying? So Israel's gonna have many different colors, shapes and sizes, you know?
Yes.
But I wanted to ask you another question.
Sure.
If the Jewish people in Israel are the real Jews, right? Now, we know that we already established that the word Jew comes from Judah. For instance, if my name was Michael, people would most likely would call me what? Mike, right?
Sure. I get it.
Where's Benjamin, Levi, Simeon, Zebulun, Ephraim, and Manasseh? Because according to prophecy, even in the Old Testament, the Lord was going to gather all of the Israelites together and bring them into that land. Not just Jews, not just Judah.
So the idea is you're saying that there's going to be a third world war.
Well, we can see that in the news right now.
I got it right here. I got it right here. Revelation 11.
Not only a third world war, we're talking about nuclear destruction. We see that in the news. So you can't say you're not watching.
So then what? So let's say there's a third world war and there's destruction of let's say the situation right now. What happens after that?
North America.
Specify your words. What do you mean situation right now?
The control of the world by the big banks. Basically.
Rothschild, Rockefeller, right.
Yep,
So-called Jews.
Yeah, but a nuke is not just gonna take out a Rothschild.
Right.
No,
They got bunkers.
They got
It's going to take the masses to realize that they're enslaved.
That's why they're building bunkers right now on the ground. Space station, the elites.
Because they know that the prophecies are coming to pass. Why do you think they don't have a UFO disclosure project with America? Because how can you tell your people that the UFOs are coming back to save the Israelites and wreak havoc? That's the real reason why there's no UFO disclosure. Because they know what time it is. The UFOs are coming. Our ancestors were singing about these UFOs on the plantation. Sweet rose, sweet chariot, coming for to take me home. As I looked over the river Jordan, coming for to take me home. What were African slaves doing singing about the river Jordan on plantations?
No idea.
Now you do have an idea because we're the real Jews.
It's very interesting.
We're the real Jews. You know what I'm saying?
I hope you're right.
Now we know we're right through the spirit.
All right.
I got this article from Time magazine. Check this out. It says, when he was asked about peace in the Middle East, the late president of Egypt, Gamal Abdel Nasser stated, the Jews will never be able to live here in peace because they left here black but came back white. This is in a Time magazine article.
Very funny. Very slick.
Hey, here's the question. What was when Israel came out of Egypt? What was it called?
Miss Ryan.
It was called the Exodus, right?
Oh yeah.
How many Exoduses does the scriptures talk about? That's the only Exodus you know about, right?
Yeah.
Check this out. You good now?
Jeremiah chapter 23.
What?
This is Jeremiah chapter 23, verse 7. Therefore, behold, the days come, saith the Lord, that they shall no more say, the Lord liveth, which brought up the children of Israel out of the land of Egypt.
Not just the Jews.
Sorry, say that again. Do it again.
23 and 7, Jeremiah. Therefore, behold, the days come, saith the Lord, that they shall no more say, the Lord liveth, which brought up the children of Israel out of the land of Egypt.
What does that mean to you?
Keep on.
It's saying no more shall that be the talk, no more shall that be said.
You gotta keep reading it.
But this is what's going to be said. But the Lord liveth, which brought up and which led the seed of the house of Israel.
The seed of the house of Israel, which is all 12 tribes.
The whole house.
The whole house. Not just Jews, the Jewish.
Out of the north country.
Where are we at right now?
I guess you can call this North America.
All right. So if to give you a quick synopsis on everything, right? Matt, that's why the scriptures say priest. Go ahead, I can finish that out.
But the Lord liveth, which brought up and which led the seed of the house of Israel out of the north country, and from all the countries whither I have driven them, and they shall dwell in their own land.
Hey, so the Most High, through his by the way of his Son, the one that they ignorantly called Jesus Christ, he's gonna bring us back there. Not a British mandate due to World War II to declare Israel the state of Israel.
Now that scripture just said that they shall dwell in their own land. Shall is future tense, right?
Yeah.
So that didn't happen yet. So how would
once it happens?
So how would those? So according to the scriptures, how are those the Jews that's in their land? If that prophecy didn't happen yet.
Same. Oh my God.
That didn't happen yet. That prophecy didn't happen yet.
Also, when you read that scripture, it says the Lord was going to do it.
Right.
Not a British mandate, not by the will of man.
Yes.
The Lord was going to do it. And not only was he going to bring all the tribes in. And that's the second coming. Did he return yet?
You're not wrong.
Did God scatter your people all over?
It's the story. There are Jews everywhere.
He scattered them all over.
He did.
He scattered the real, and this is how you know that these curses are for a sign and a wonder. When you even go into places like India, right? Hey, you got that on Jeremiah, that Isaiah 29? Is it 2? 29 and 22. When you look at, there's people in India called the untouchables, man. And they get treated like shit over there. They're the bottom of the totem. Anywhere Israel is at right now, we're on the bottom of the totem pole wherever we go. You know? But then at the same time, even though we're on the bottom of the totem pole, everybody else likes the way we dress, our swag. They want to follow our trends, but they don't want to deal with the bullshit that comes with it. You know? And you can see it today. People wearing their hat backwards. You know, we don't glorify sagging the pants, but that's something our people did. Other people are doing it. Listen to rap. The things we do, you know? But then when it comes to getting shot down in the streets, they get beat up by cops and say, don't treat me like a nigga, like that dude in the airport. You know? Yeah. You wanna act like a nigga to look cool, but when it comes to time to get treated like one, you don't want no fucks. Right. And that's the same thing with the kingdom of heaven and this Christian doctrine. They didn't want to go through the curses, but they want the blessings. And one of those blessings being the kingdom of heaven. Right. Also having all the heathen nations as our slaves in the kingdom of heaven. But go ahead, read that.
Isaiah 29, verse 22. Therefore thus saith the Lord, who redeemed Abraham concerning the house of Jacob. Jacob shall not now be ashamed, neither shall his face now wax pale.
Right. His face will never wax pale. Going back to what he said. And what Abdul Nasir said in his quote, that the Jews left black and came back white. Showing you what? There it goes right there. And you see the pride of your... I don't want to sit there and say that they're crazy. You know? No, but...
That's disrespect.
Yeah, you know? But that's what we deal with on a daily basis, man. But,
by the way, I'm Rob.
Nice to meet you, Rob.
Your name?
Rob.
Rob.
How are you?
Nice to meet you, everybody.
Yep.
Got a quick result. This Titus chapter 1, verse 14, verse 13. This witness is true, wherefore rebuke them sharply, that they may be sound in the faith, not giving heed to Jewish faiths and commandments of men that turn from the truth.
Yeah, that Jewish faiths, man. You know? You seen the
spirit,
just the precepts got to it, man.
Yeah.
You know, but at the same time, like, could really be a Jake.
He could be. I was thinking that.
That's why I stayed. I didn't want to just be like, hey, just let the word do what it do. Hey, the word works. Most High does what he does, man. But back to the speaker.
I got a precept. This is Revelations 11.